Good evening and welcome to Grandma's Attic Music Review. I'm trying to shut my phone off so it doesn't ring during the show. It's nice to be here. It's Saturday night and we, as always, have music here, which is what we want to do for you. We have a guest with us tonight that has been here before, but because we enjoy his music so much, we've asked him to come back and refresh us with some of his new stuff and some of his old stuff and talk about his album. But as always, this is about him, not me. So please welcome with me, Jim Blair.
Thank you. Happy Saturday night. How are you this evening? Everything's all right? Yeah.
Great.
Everything's great?
Nice to see you.
It's great to be back. Thank you so much. And yeah, I got that CD Grace out, and so what I'll start off with a few songs from that. That was, a work in progress. Took about a year and a half to make, and we just finally finished it and got it off the presses in March. And so I've been out gigging and playing around and doing stuff, just sort of talking about it. So this is Falling. This is from Grace. You got me caught up in your spell. Oh, and this trip so far, it's what I've needed. Can you tell that I'm falling like a landslide to cover you with my kisses, as if you needed to breathe? That's overrated. When you're falling in love, you're falling in love. You're falling in love. You're falling in love. And I'm falling for you. And I don't know what took so long to see. And I hope that I will always be. I will be falling like a landslide to cover you with my kisses, as if you needed to breathe. That's overrated. When you're falling in love, you're falling in love. You're falling in love. You're falling in love. So now, who needs to breathe? I haven't for days. When I do, I'm sure that you will be amazed that I am still falling. I'm falling. I'm falling. You got me caught up in your spell. Oh, and this trip so far, it's what I've needed. Can you tell that I am falling like a landslide and I cover you with my kisses as if you needed to breathe. That's overrated. When you're falling in love, you're falling in love. You're falling in love. You're falling in love. And I'm falling for you.
Thank you. I'm usually not up this late on a Saturday night, so
Well, you know,
I'm a little tired. My
this
voice
is what
kinda
you got to do for stardom.
cracked. The price you pay for fame.
Exactly.
So forgive me, my voice cracked a little bit there, but we'll keep moving along. So this is another one. Falling was a little bit newer, but After Midnight's a little bit older song that made it onto Grace, and that's what I'm playing now.
Dance, and our bodies come alive. You brush against me, and my hands run through your hair. That's the moment that you'd best beware, beware. It's after midnight, and I see rain around the moon. After midnight, with you, yeah, let it gone, none too soon. Kiss, I waited all night now, baby, and I can't let it go. Here, my beating heart, and you know, you will know that it's after midnight. I see a ring around the moon. After midnight, with you, yeah, let her go, none too soon. So now, baby, hold me close, baby, hold me tight, to keep me spring after midnight, to give me strength after midnight. It's after midnight, and I see rain around the moon. And after midnight, with you. And after midnight, with you.
Thanks. So, yeah, the next one's kind of a funny song. I just wrote it on a whim. It's called The Fool, because we all play the fool from time to time. Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
No, you just, you don't think you fall in love, you get your heart broken. You say, I'm not going to do that again. Then you fall in love, you get your heart broken, and say, I'm not going to do that again. And then the next, listen, I'm not playing a fool again. But at the bottom of it, yes, you will.
I won't play the fool again. Oh, this time I won't go off the deep end. And I know it's the same old refrain, but I won't play the fool again. I've been in love once, or maybe was it twice before. So many times that it don't matter anymore. I learned my lessons, and I've been around the block. Yeah, the school was nice, but I won't play the fool again. Oh, this time I won't go off the deep end, and I know that it's the same old refrain, but I won't play the fool again. So if I fall again and I decide I'm gonna take a chance, well, maybe it will be a true romance. Yeah, my heart's been pretty tough, but I will admit that I'd rather be in the game than sit. And then I met a girl, she looked a lot like you. She swore that she loved me, and you know it rang so true. So I walked her down the aisle, and then had no regret. But if I fail, well, I'm sure that she won't let me forget that I have played the fool again. It's the same old refrain, but I have played the fool again. Yeah, I played the fool again. Yeah, I played the fool.
Yes. So, yeah, I'm settling in a little bit.
Yeah, you're pretty good at this.
So the next one's the title track from Grace.
Does that mean it's called Grace?
That's called Grace.
Sorry.
No, it's the obvious. Jim Blair states the obvious all the time. So this is really just kind of like a lot of my songs. It's kind of lucky. You know, we complain a lot about where we are and who we are, but we have so many chances and so many blessings, really, is what it comes down to. And Grace just kind of says, thanks for that.
Life is sometimes about chances. Second chances, maybe more. The chance for redemption, but not the ordinary kind. You redeem my heart. as if it were mine. And then I feel your love shine upon me. Lord, I feel that I may not be worthy. And then I realize it is your gift. It is your gift. Grace. It's more than just a name. It's a state of being, and I share with you this feeling. And how many chances are there will, I don't know. But love is here, and here it will grow. And then I feel your love shine upon me. Lord, I feel that I may not be worthy. And then I realize it is your gift. It is your gift. Many times have we wondered, many mountains have we climbed, only to realize that the answer lies, oh, the answer lies with you. Then I feel your love shine upon me. I feel that I may not be worthy. And then I realize it is your gift. It is your gift. Grace is your gift.
Thanks. So yeah, so now that I got the CD done, it's kind of cool because people say, "Oh, singer-songwriter, yeah, you want to play here?" So I got gigs.
I think that's so cool.
So it's so cool. Thank you. You got me down into New London. It was so great for that. The food crawl.
Food stroll.
Food stroll, crawling. Some people were crawling. Some people were strolling. I guess it depended on what establishment you came out of. But no, that was really nice. And it was a neat thing. The weather wasn't the best, but I got to stand on the corner of Bank and Tilly there. And
yeah, that was cool.
Bang on my guitar and talk to the firemen who were the best. That was just a nice little spot. So, little things like that. And then up my neck of the woods, I'm up in Columbia. So Coventry's the next town over. So I'll be at the Lakeview Friday night, next weekend, Friday, which the date escapes me. I think it's the 18th, the 25th.
Yeah.
So the 25th will be at the Lakeview. So if you're out that way, Coventry's not a bad drive from too many places in Eastern Connecticut. And I'll tell you, Leo's got a great setup there. The patio's amazing. Food is great.
How's the food?
The food is awesome.
Cool.
And then the entertainment.
Well, the entertainment, you can't beat it.
That's so nice. And then this past Thursday, I just got to play at the Willimantic Brew Pub where I first talked to you. I was working, and I'm a stonemason landscaper, so it's kind of a cool thing. I made the patio, and now I get to play on it. So
I like that.
Yeah, so it's third Thursday. They do it. I think I'll be there in August again. So again, Eastern Connecticut, Willimantic Brewing Company. If you have not been there, oh my gosh, it's a great place. Great place to go. And then if you catch the third Thursday, it's really busy, and there might even be music on the patio. So some of the things This is an old song. Some of the things that are like related to my work. So this is Heart of Stone, and and again, I don't know where some of this stuff comes from. It's just a fun little song, and actually, whatever. Just kind of, it's Heart of Stone.
Ain't nobody gonna love you, baby. Ain't nobody gonna take you home. Ain't nobody gonna love you, baby, if you got a heart that's made of stone. So you find it's Saturday night and you're all alone. You don't understand why no one took the time to telephone, but I know it's hard. Ain't nobody gonna love you, baby. Ain't nobody gonna take you home. Ain't nobody gonna love you, baby, if you got a heart that's made of stone. So man, you can tell when your woman's full of spite. She wanna get close. Oh now baby, you got to make it right. Woman, why you always so hard? You want a man ain't too small. A man can't hold you tight if he's thinking that you're gone. Yeah, you're gonna bite. Not there. Ain't nobody gonna love you, baby. Ain't nobody gonna take you home. Ain't nobody gonna love you, baby, if you got a arm. If you got a arm that's made of. If you got a arm made of stone. If you got a arm that's made of stone.
Yeah, something like that. That's an old one. So then another one, I just wrote this, and because my job's literally banging on rocks every day.
I think that's very cool.
It can be cool, but it can also be somewhat disheartening. It's a great humbling experience. I love my job. We do nice things for nice people, and you have something when you're all done with it. But it's tough. And then when you think about it, it's sort of the same if a person works in an office. So I say I'm banging my head on a rock, but it could be banging your head on the computer or the keyboard, whatever. You're answering to the man, which we all do, even though I work for myself, but I answer to somebody. And so this is banging your head on a rock. It's for the working man. This will be on the next CD.
I'm a mess, I confess. I'm kinda lost and I'm under duress. I need a light on me tonight. With your help, I'm gonna make it right. I'm just banging my head on a rock every day, trying my best just to make my way. A little proud, I ain't got much to say. I'm just banging my head on the rock every day. Chipping, feel it slipping, lose my grip and it must slip, and it's lost in the words and the prose. I tend my head deep, no one knows. I'm just banging my head on a rock every day, doing my best just to make my hand to make it easier to be a man on a mission. Come along with me. I'm a little proud, I ain't got much to say. I'm just banging my head on the rock every day. So we run, and we run straight for the sun. And with a look in your eye, I can tell you're not the only one. I'm a mess, I confess. I'm kinda lost and I'm under duress. I need a light on me tonight, and with your help, yeah, I'm gonna make it right. I'm just banging my head on a rock every day. Trying my best just to make my way. This banging goes on, it'll never be done. From the moment we rise until the evening, take my hand, just make it easier to be a man on a mission. Come along with me. Yeah, I'm a little proud, I ain't got much to say. I'm just banging my head on the rock every day.
Reprise.
Wow.
Wow. I don't know.
Wow.
That seems to be a crowd pleaser. So, people don't dance to my music, but that one gets you moving a little bit. So, a lot of these, some of these songs are about the frustration and the hard thing. And so, the possible title track, this is a slow song, but it's The Wind in My Face. And it's kind of about, a little bit about the struggle, you know. Some of the stuff I sing about, I don't know if I did it on purpose when I wrote the song, but it's, you know, addiction and things that we all sort of deal with, whether they're real or imagined, and the obstacle that you face. And so this is The Wind in My Face.
Why do I always feel like I have the wind in my face? Running hard all the time, I feel I'm losing the race. But is it a race, or is it just in my mind? Running scared, I'm running blind, but mostly out of time. Losing you was harder than you could know. But it was your time, and I guess that you needed to go. Yeah, I'm like a crazy person, I'm on a wild goose chase. Why do I always feel like I have the wind in my face? Well, won't you unfurl my sails? I need the wind at my back. But I can't make it in, I can't seem to get on track. Yeah, I'm like a crazy person, I'm on a wild goose chase. Why do I always feel like I have the wind in my face? It's holding me back, it's always holding me up. You said I was a pessimist, hey, I gotta have empty cup. But it's empty alright, because I drank my fill. And now I'm staring to the bottom of the glass, cause I'm so thirsty still. Oh, won't you unfurl my sails? I need the wind at my back. But I can't make it headway, I can't seem to get on track. Yeah, I'm like a crazy person, I'm on a wild goose chase. Why do I always feel like I have the wind in my face?
Yeah.
It's so why don't you do one more, and then you can come sit and talk. I have a couple things to talk about while you're getting settled in over here. So
Okay.
it's a nice long one, and then come sit with us.
Okay, a really long song. Okay, this is again from Grace. This is Destiny. It's kind of one of my favorite songs to play. It's just kind of a jazzy little blues thing, but again, dealing with a little bit harder choices and things that happen in life.
So seductive that you are, you stay me with your fire. So intense, are your charms, it weakens my body and clouds my mind. You are my destiny. Can't you see that you're all that I ever need? No love could ever feel like this. There's a monkey on my back and I'm slipping away. I'm begging money, just taste your kiss. I'll trade my soul and still you make me pray. And you got me on my knees, and I just can't live without. And now I'm begging, baby, please. And I'm so strong. Ow. Long for the days, so simple then too much space to ever return. I try and I try again, but you got my body and I burn. You are my destiny. Can't you see that you're all that I'd ever need? My destiny, you are, oh, oh, my destiny, yeah. You are my destiny.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jim. So it's been a week of really great blessings, and yet it's been also a week of kind of some tough losses. I just want to tell you all that the Amherst Sterling Music Festival ended tonight. It was amazing. The music was fabulous. They came down and shared with us at the Farmers Market. Oh, Farmers Market, if you want to come on Saturdays, every Saturday from 1 to 5, you can come to the Farmers Market at Williams Park, which is right next to Dunkin' Donuts on Broad Street in New London. It's a nice time, and we have really good music there pretty much the whole time that the market is open. But this week has been kind of tough. We lost Tommy Ramone earlier this week, and then a couple of days ago, we lost probably my first major heartthrob rock star, blues star. Johnny Winter went up to the big band in the sky this week, and it was hard to take. I got to see him several times in my life, and the last time that I saw him was right here in Mystic, and I'll remember those nights as long as I live. But my good friend Richard Douglas wrote him a little tribute, and I'd like to share some of that with you, just because I think he deserves it. I think that Johnny Winter really did change the face of blues in many ways. So this is written by Richard Douglas of the Imagine Shop over in Mystic. In a week that's already brought us news of the passing of drummer Tommy Ramone, the death of master guitarist and blues icon Johnny Winter, who some in his home state of Texas call the God of Thunder. Yeah, he's been called that for a long time, is especially hard to take. I was extremely fortunate to be present for some of the most transitional performances of his remarkable career. From the very beginning, I was there in 1968 when Mike Bloomfield introduced him to a packed house at the Fillmore East. He brought Johnny out to play It's My Own Fault. In that spotlight appeared this tall, thin, guitar-slinging outlaw with the longest platinum hair ever, larger than life and imposing. He didn't seem real. Now, when I saw him the very first time live, I was right next to the stage, and it was at the Navy base here in Groton, and I felt that same way. He was larger than life. He had tattoos and white hair, and my stomach full of butterflies. It was awesome. Anyway, he was an inspiring, talented, unique, virtuoso guitarist, and he really changed blues forever that day. It's clear that most blues fans, especially in the United States, would probably not have been introduced to people such as Muddy Waters, John Lee Hooker, and many of the other legends that you know today if it hadn't been for Johnny, as he lovingly and painstakingly helped to resurrect and grow the careers of his heroes. He reversed their fading popularity, their Grammy-winning and most popular work, by producing those works for them. Johnny will be missed. The shows that most people remember him for was the unsurpassed work at Woodstock, and most of us will probably remember his night over at the Mystic Art Cinema. I know that I will. So, bye, Johnny. Go play guitar, and thank you for a life well lived in music and for doing all that you did for the blues. We're going to miss you. So, hi.
Hi.
Kind of a little depressing there.
No,
but,
not,
oh my gosh.
The thing about that is you have to celebrate somebody's life. I've always felt that way. It's tough to say goodbye, and that was just so sudden. I remember seeing, I get the pushes on my phone, so I happened to see it at work that day. And yeah, I was thinking about all those things, and that whole tree coming out of Texas was, you know, the Johnny Winter, and then before Stevie Ray Vaughan,
yeah.
And then Stevie and his brother and the Thunderbird and all that stuff, and then now later, today people are talking about, and finally I saw John Mayer on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductions a couple years back.
Yeah.
He inducted Albert King,
mm-hmm.
And that was amazing. And to me, that's that whole same thing. Without those guys, Johnny doesn't, you know, come up, and then Johnny kind of reinvents that in the 70s and the 80s. And my favorite station right now, I kind of go back and forth sometimes, but on my Sirius is the Bluesville. So that's the only place that I know of that you're going to hear Johnny being broadcast. And I've managed to catch a couple of songs of his in the last year.
You're going to hear a lot of him played on WCNI in the next few days. I guarantee that.
Yeah. Amazing, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, it was fun to look back and think about little girl crushes. I mean, in 1969, when my mother went to Woodstock, she brought home pictures on her instant. It was a big camera.
Sure.
And his was one of them, and he glowed. And she went out and bought his record, and we played it. And we were playing things like Simon and Garfunkel and Peter, Paul and Mary and Paul Revere and the Raiders. So Johnny was different.
Boy. Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny was different than all of them, and I was in love. I was just awestruck. And when he came to the base over here Now, this was 20 years ago, but when he came to the bass, I was like, I have to go. I have to go.
Yeah.
And I got there really early in the day and staked out my claim right next to the stage. He came on the stage, and I was like, probably what other girls did for the Beatles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what girls are going to do for you.
Oh, well, my wife might have something to say about that, but that's okay. As long as they go goo goo gaga, that's okay.
Yeah, it's not. It's not about
I should
your
be
wife.
so lucky, right? Yeah.
It's not about your wife. So you were supposed to come today with more of an entourage, and that really didn't work.
No.
But do you have other people that are playing with you when you play out now?
Yeah. Up at the, because of restrictions, when I go to the Lakeview, I'm solo. So if you go there, I'm going to be just playing my guitar.
Which is fine.
Which is fine. Sounds kind of cool. But at the brew pub, I can sneak in a couple of guys. So the original percussionist and the guy that helped me with my original recordings, Derek Sullivan, and his daughter Grace is the inspiration initially for Grace.
Yep.
He's my drummer from the Jim Blair band when we first started, so
Okay.
whatever. So he showed up and played a little percussion the last time I was there, about a month ago. And my other dear friend, he can't make it tonight, my other dear friend, Paul Duva, who is awesome. And a lot of, quite a few songs have been actually inspired and written after hanging out at the Duva's backyard, just kind of.
Things like that happen.
I'll start playing the guitar, and the next thing you know, because he plays percussion, he's got tambourines, he's got the congas, he's got the bongos, he'll play the spoons. He showed up one time at the Hampton Farmers Market. I was playing there a couple of years back with spoons and just, kind of like going to town. And he got there late, and people weren't really listening. As soon as he started playing, people just kind of like came in. And
people want to see people play the spoons. They're an interesting instrument.
Yeah,
really cool.
And it's neat. And Paul likes doing that kind of eclectic kind of stuff. So he's been hearing my songs for about, it's more than 5 years now. So he knows all the music. He just jumps right in. So, and then I got a violin player. Actually, there was a question, this will help answer two questions. Last time, I think I gave out like a website thing incorrectly. I'm at Reverb Nation. If you go to Reverb Nation, this is huge, huge hosting site for a whole broad range of musicians.
Right.
It's a great spot to go, and I'm there. So Jim Blair Band at Reverb Nation. That's, if you want to see my music, I have videos up there, and one of the videos, a couple of the videos, have this guy from Columbia, Max Rainwater. He plays a mean violin, and so he's kind of playing violin with me. And we've done a few shows together, but schedules and stuff change and whatnot, so he wasn't available today. So.
Well, it will have to happen again then.
Yeah.
We'll probably bring you back in the fall. Your music, every song has a different twist to it, but you seem to have a melancholy edge to you. Where do you think that comes from?
Like I said, I think, life at the core, being other Yankees, because I'm not a Yankees fan necessarily, but being a Connecticut Yankee, I'm born and raised, even though we say ma'am, and I got a little southern drawl.
No, that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing. But I think quite a few people that I know, we have that in common. We all sort of like to, and might have used this word bitch a little every now and then. And so, you have the complaints about, the job and, and doing this, and I have to go through this. And then, and then with love, eventually, I met my wife. I was real lucky and settled down. But before that, it was a struggle. I mean, it's like, is it supposed to be this hard? But it's, it's life. It's real life. And so you just kind of vent a little bit about it, and everybody moves on. And then I happen to play guitar. And then if you listen to music, and I love the blues. Blues is really my kind of root thing.
Yep.
And so,
I was going to say that next, by the way.
That's that music isn't all happy. It's not all about the I'm in love. But my first song was Falling, and it's so I'm happy for what I have. But then you complain about the things you don't have, and you want to do maybe better, or why is it so hard? And it's not just me personally. Because sometimes I complain, but I feel like I'm the luckiest guy in the world some days.
Right.
And it's the people that you see around you, family members and friends that are faced with real life things and how that affects them. And like I said, Destiny, it's a love song, you know, You're My Destiny. Well, it's not. It's about heroin addiction.
Right.
So, you know, it's those things that you have to just come to grips with and just you know, if you can understand them. And so I just happen to write music. So that's my outlet for doing that. And so it's, like I said, it's a blessing, all things.
Sometimes I wish I could write music, but I think that one of the reasons I'm such a staunch supporter of music is because I've tried doing it all. I'm not good at it, but music, someone said, "Oh, I don't even like music today." They said that to me at work, and I was like, whoa. He said, "I can do without it." And I was thinking to myself, what would happen to me if I didn't have music? And then tonight you sang that song, The Fool, and words came out of your mouth that I never could have put words to, feelings that I could never put words to. And I say that to a lot of musicians, that you guys write the words and put the melodies to my emotions that I don't know how to express. And I think that for a lot of us non-musical musicians, because that's what I call myself, you do that. You express feelings and emotions and put them to words and melodies that we don't know how to do. And once they're there, those are the things, like that song Happy that's out. It's an anthem, and he wrote that song never expecting it to do anything. He said it was just a little ditty, and he didn't really care much about it. And now it's internationally sung and danced to, and everybody loves it because people can feel it.
Yeah, and at your core, you said it. It's you want a person to be able to connect with the words that you've put out in the air.
Right.
And so, yeah, I don't think I'm much different from the people that I want to listen to my music, you know, if people are interested. And again, that's all like, wow, thank you, kind of a thing. So that's when you know you did your job and that people take you for real.
Right.
You know, that it's like, well, it's real life, and I'm just articulating my observations and the things that have happened.
Right.
And
Does
then
it come easy to you?
No, everything, you know, and nothing, I should say nothing, but I've learned over the years that anything really good and worth having, you got to work hard at. It's not automatic.
Even love.
You know, everything. Yeah, at the core, love is actually, it's work. It's give and take, and it's understanding, and music is like that. And you know, and somebody was talking to me about a bass guitar and saying, you know, you have to know just. And he was so passionate about how you got to touch it, just because if you touch it different, the next time it does something different. And I couldn't help but say, it sounds like a relationship, man. It's like, oh, you're talking about a girl.
Right.
It's like you gotta do it just right, because everything's different. And so that's what music is.
It is. And I think that musicians that write songs, every time they touch the song, it's different. That's why it's so hard for so many of you to put the song down and walk away from it. I have a friend that's still working on his first CD, and it's 3 years later because he's engineering it and doing it himself, and he can't get it right. And I'm like, walk away. It's already excellent.
Yeah.
So whatever. Do your melodies come first or your words?
You know, it depends on the song, because sometimes I get an idea in my head. You know, like I wrote one, and I'm not really ready to play it in public. The Wind in My Face that's the first time I've really played that for anybody. So
awesome.
Hope you guys liked it out there.
That was a good song.
But there's a song that I just wrote it, and it was really first was the thought of what, you know, I thought about something, and what I thought of, you know, an analogous sort of statement about a situation. And so the first thing was the words. And then once you get that, and if you're in it or you see it, it's pretty easy to go with a whole, now you can start coming up with the dialogue. Then the music comes after. But sometimes you're playing a riff, and then it's like Happy, I'll sing any old words to something, it's like, oh, hey, that's something. So it goes both ways.
That's great. I can't write. I used to be able to write poetry, but not anymore. I think that, I don't know.
You've got to be.
I think my brain.
You've got to be somewhat impractical, because that's the hard part
Wait,
about.
you don't know me very well, do you?
No, I know exactly. Well, no, it's tough because I do go through spells because I'm, I work. I'm a hard-working guy, and everything's got to be perfect and exact. And so with words and music and stuff, it's more kind of, it's almost the opposite. And if you're like your friend, the only advice I could really give him, because I'm not really good at giving advice, although I do it anyways, is that you just gotta go, man, because this CD right here, this is not
Give it to me because they got it in the camera. So.
It's not perfect. It's just sort of, it is what it is. Those songs, some of them are 20-something years old. Some of them were only a year old when we started. And we took a year and a half, and we had to stop. At some point, you
now my fingers aren't on it.
Have to stop because it's just a song. And people appreciate it. And it's the same way with stonework. Mm-hmm. We tend to take a piece of stone, and you want to cut it, and you want to chop it, and you got to keep hitting it. But if you just put it in the wall, and you put another one on top of it, somebody goes, ooh, that looks so nice. And you're like, really, that looks nice? And so it's kind of funny, your perception, when you're too into it.
You can't, you have to step back.
You got to step, you just say, hey, man, I'm done. I'm done. I wrote a good song, you like it?
Yep.
Great, and like I said, everything's a blessing. If one person buys a CD, if one person likes it, if I get one good comment, I'm done.
Where can we find this? Tell our listeners, because...
You could download digitally iTunes. Mm-hmm. CD Baby is a great website. CD Baby is another really cool place to go for independent musicians. So if you're looking for music that you're not going to hear on the radio, go to CD Baby.
Unless you listen to WCNI.
Well, you might not hear. You could go to CD Baby and get songs to play on CNI. And so Grace is available at iTunes, CD Baby, and at Reverb Nation, Jim Blair Band at Reverb Nation. I do not have my own website as of right now.
You will.
Yeah, kind of. I got so many other things going on that I didn't really need it, so I was like, that's like one more thing to go.
Well, I'd like to see this in a lot of people's, I don't know, I don't want one of those little things that you push a button with earphone. I like feeling the music.
Yeah.
And
well, you can
I prefer vinyl, so...
You can get a hard copy at CD Baby if you order it there.
Or we can go to your shows.
You could go to a show. I always have CDs for sale. I am the consummate salesman. And actually, if you go to my website, if you have a hard time getting the CD, or if you really want one, if you go to Reverb Nation, you go to Jim Blair Band, there's a way to message me. You can request stuff. You can fan me, and I'll email you through there. I have a Facebook page, Jim Blair Band, on Facebook. So you can go there. That has a player and stuff, so you can catch all the different aspects of it. You'll see when I'm playing and what's going on. And again, if you really want a CD, I will pay for the mailing and send one to you.
Well, that's awesome, because if you really can't even find him there, all my pages and all my stuff. And get a hold of me if you can't get a hold of him, and we'll make sure you get one, because it's a good CD. It's good. I've played it on the radio more than once, more than twice, and it's good. There's several songs. I've said this before. If you get a CD, they send them to me all the time. And if it has one good song on it, you're like, okay. If it has two good songs on it, then you listen in deeper. But if you find a CD like this that comes out and you have 3 or 4 good songs on it, then it's a great CD, because it's just not like that. It's just not like that. And there's at least, I'm counting them, there's 6 songs on here that I like very much.
Wow. I'd say that's a home run.
Yeah, it is. It's a great CD.
You're too kind. Thank you.
No. So, will you take us out with a song?
Sure.
All right. Jim, thank you once again for coming to my show. I love having you here. Thank you for bringing your young gentleman friend.
Yeah,
he's a good boy.
Jim Jr.
Jim Jr. He's got a good solid handshake, and he called me ma'am.
Yep, he's a good kid. Yep, very lucky.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Jim is going to take us out. I want to thank you all for listening, watching, Come back next week. We'll have somebody else for you. All that great music. Good night. See you next week.
Sometimes when you're a million miles away and I try to reach your heart, I can't stop trying, though I'm reaching for the stars. 'Cause when you smile, my heart skips a beat. 'Cause when you smile, you sweep me off my feet. And oh, I love you, woman. Oh, I love you, woman. I love you. In a moment of weakness, my pride gets in the way. Well, now you got me speechless, girl. You can go on and just have your way. Then you smile and my heart skips a beat. And then you smile and you sweep me on my feet. And oh, I love you, woman. Last night was the last fight. I swore. Here I am this morning, babe, and I'm knocking on your door. The last fight was the last one. I swore. Here I am this morning, baby. I'm knocking on your door. And I love you, woman. From the moment we rise till the moment we rest, and everything in between, it's just a distance